Hello, it's that time. It is Demystify the Divine, weekly readings and tools to connect. I'm Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and I'm so excited to be connecting with you guys today. And for this week's installment, we are doing Angel Connections, where I channel a message from one of the archangels or the archangelic realm, whoever comes through with a message for us for this week and for the month ahead, to give us some food for thought, something to ponder, something to, inspire us. So let's see how our angels and guides would like to inspire us today. Instead of pulling a feather, I got that I needed to pull a card from Ask an Angel and channel a message from whichever angel comes through and whatever the message is. So we're going to shuffle up this deck, and this card is standing out. Interesting. I feel like we got this one before. This is Samael, and it's the shadow self. And what's interesting is Samael is not an archangel that I channel often. So I'm going to just tune in and we'll just see what we get. We'll see what comes up and comes through. So for those of you who are new to this channeling experience, what's going to happen is I'm going to close my eyes and go to my happy place. I'm going to do some funky deep breathing, and then whatever archangel or being wants to come through with their message will come through. Often my languaging changes, the tone of voice changes, and I am still present in my body with this, but I'm kind of like away. It's more like I observe, and I very rarely retain what comes through when I'm in this channeled state. So let's see what Samael has to say, or the archangelic realm has to say on the shadow self. Greetings, beloved ones of this beautiful land. We are known as Stacy's Council of Truth. We are a collective of beings that speaks to and through her to provide messaging and guidance that elevates and nourishes the soul. And we have been tasked with coming through for all of you today to share a message on the shadow self. We have been tasked with this because the archangelic realm tends to provide more of a comforting approach. And we feel at this time that there is more necessity for a direct approach to the message. When you are speaking of your shadow self, your ego presence, it is not to say that you must eradicate the ego. This makes no sense. You have come into these bodies to have human experiences, and a big part of that human experience is through an ego expression. It is your identity. It is your motivation. It is the way that you get up and go. But we also wish to convey that it has gotten out of hand on the planet. There are many people who choose to live solely from their ego space, which means that they are only living half lives. They choose to put their focus on the illusion that Mother Earth and Gaia presence provides. Yes, it is real and tangible for you while you are in this divine matrix, but it is not actually your true identity. And because there is no balance to this choice, you live a half life. You put your focus on things that are impermanent. And it is that impermanence that brings about greed, lust, fear, anxiety. It stops you all from truly living from a place of wholeness. And so we offer to you that this is a time where it is necessary that you be conscious in, as Stacy likes to refer to it, repurposing the ego space. It is not about cutting it out, but it is about reintegration of the ego, giving the ego a proper job. When the ego does not have a proper job, the ego likes to run the show. And that is where you end up being so compartmentalized, sectioned off into pieces. An analogy of this is in your Harry Potter world with the Horcruxes. The Horcruxes are the splicing of the soul into multiple pieces. And why would one tear their soul apart? Because of the confusion of what that really means. It is a bastardized version of control and domination. But, beloved ones, we are here to say to you that you control nothing here. This is an illusion. Control and the environment that you are on. Mother Earth has her seasons. She does what she does. And it does not matter what you choose to do, that never stops. You live under the illusion that there is control. And what we offer to you is there is choice. You have the option to experience what is presented. You have choice in how to greet the day. The ego will tell you that you are bigger than that you can do more, you can do better, that you must grab that power, that you must be deeply attached to all of this impermanence in order to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel successful, to feel loved, to feel desired. It is simply not true. The Divine Matrix is a playground for all of you to learn soul lessons. But ultimately, it is about the soul breaking apart in order to come together again. It is the wholeness that is the true desire. It is wholeness that brings happiness, joy, true expression of the soul experience. We encourage you to look at your ego choices. Look at the ratio of how often the ego rules your decisions versus when you are following your heart, when you are expressing your soul through your heart space. For many of you watching this channel, you live more from the heart space as a matter of course. But that ratio is not a 50-50 or a 70-30. It is not as much as you think that you live from the heart. And this is not a criticism. It is an observation. You have capacity to be so much more in your wholeness. But it requires a deep truth, a deep looking within at your shadow self. How much do you allow fear to control your choices? Remember that it is about you creating your own experiences here. That is true control. That is mastery of the game. Think on this. Feel into this. And then act upon it. Or do not. Understand that each choice, each action or inaction still provides an experience. And it is your responsibility, however that experience happens. We believe in you. We know you have the power to apply this. We know you have the power to rise out of this inflated egoic state. Repurpose the ego. Allow ego to be a part of. Allow ego to work again as a team in concert with the heart and the soul. We bid you well. Okay, well, we got my counsel of truth. Sometimes they are pretty heavy hitters. Although what I'm feeling right now is a bit more of a gentle approach than what they normally do. So I'm going to say let's count ourselves lucky. That is our angel connections for this week and for this month, for your perusal, your thought, your feeling, your resonance. And I hope you have enjoyed this message. It is still year-end preview season and year-end transformation season. You've got 1 week left to book your session if you want to know what's coming up for you in 2025, so you can best prepare and really sink your teeth into that transformative energy that is within all of us and around all of us. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Take care and transform well.